So, you want to become a better solo queue player, huh? Or maybe you just saw the thumbnail of this video and realized that this might be something that you want to look into. Well, you came to the right place, because if you're like most people, you know that solo queuing and the Crucible can be rough, especially when you run to full squads of 4. To be a better solo queue player really isn't as hard as it seems. You just have to readjust your way of thinking. So in order for you to become a better solo queue player, you must first develop the solo queue mentality. Understand that you are playing on a team of random people, facing a team of random people who could all be pals with no communication on your side. So with that said, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to increase your odds of winning and help you still do well even against the most difficult teams out there. But before I begin, let me just say that if anyone's interested in the Curse of Osiris information that is coming out, the next DLC that's coming out for Destiny 2, stay tuned towards the end of this video. So to start things off, there's a trick that I picked up from fellow YouTuber and streamer Say No to Rage, and the trick is to watch the matchmaking counter whenever you queue in the games. Use this to avoid going up against groups of 4. People who are grouped together gets added into the queue at the same time, so if you see the queue counter jump up from 1 to 5 in an instant, that means a group of 4 had just been added to the game. If you see this, immediately back out and restart it. If it jumps up by 3, then that means a group of 3 have been added. I sometimes still play if it's just a group of 3, but the best thing that you want to go for is for it to jump up by 1, because that means it's adding people 1 by 1, and that means there's no groups being added. The next tip I have is for you to follow your teammates. This might sound like common knowledge to some of you, but I'm sure you played in a lot of Crucible matches where people did not do this. Am I right? Am I right, or am I right? In most games, this is the difference between winning and losing. Follow your team and stay close to your team. If your team is doing bad, you need to be there to help them out. If you get into trouble yourself, your team can save your life. The Crucible is all about numbers. The more people you have shooting at one target, the easier he will be to kill. What I started doing at the beginning of each match is I check and see which direction my teammates go. If they go left, I go left, even if I want to go right. Sticking with your team can also allow you to make better flank choices, because if you know that your team have the attention of the enemy, you can just sneak around back and pick them off. What a lot of people will do is they will run out by themselves and try to fight the enemy team by themselves. Then when they get killed, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, "Where's my team?" Yes, I'm pretty sure we've all done it. So stay close to your team. You don't have to be right up on them, but at least stay near. There are some exceptions to this, however. For example, a lot of times when I'm playing Control, I will run off by myself to capture a zone far away from where my team is fighting. This is just me making a play while the enemy is distracted by my team, and as soon as I'm done capping a point, I just go back and rejoin them. My next tip is get a sense for danger and don't be too prideful to run. Try to get a sense of when you're in danger before you're in danger. For example, in this one clip, I was in the middle of fighting this guy who was trying to kill me with a grenade launcher, and I was getting ready to make a play when I noticed his teammate coming up from the right. So I noticed I was in a situation where I have a enemy teammate on the right. The guy I was fighting was still on the left, and I noticed that my team was nowhere near me. So instead of trying to fight here, I ran away and I found my team, and I lived to fight another day. So in the words of the Queen's brother, Aldrin, there's no shame in running away. Apart from the cowardice and the failure of it, it's an excellent strategy. So point being, do not be too prideful to run away. If you slide in a lane and you see 2 enemies hard scoping a lane, run. If they pick up heavy ammo, run. If they activate a super, run to your team. Hopefully you guys start shooting at them at the same time and take them down. If 2 enemies are coming after you and your team is not there, run to your team like I did in this example. If you even get the slightest gut feeling that you are not in a safe place, run. I've literally had games where I had all 4 enemy players chase me around the map for half the game because they were wiping out my teammates, and I had no opportunities to fight back. Luckily, I've gotten so good at running that they had the hardest time catching me. Sometimes you will face teams that play like they should be in some type of tournament while the players on your team feel like they just jumped in the Crucible for the first time. And in games like that, you're gonna have a hard time killing people because most likely they will be traveling in a tight group, which means no 1v1 gunfights for you. But hey, this is all fine. If you can't get kills on them due to this situation, then just don't let them kill you. So, as a review, here's the list of tips again. Use the queue counter to avoid full teams, follow your teammates, get a sense for danger, and don't be too prideful to run. These are all the changes I had to make myself to help me play better in this type of situation, but of course, your own personal skill have to be taken into account. Like, how well do you aim? What is your timing on your super? What is the timing on your grenades? Stuff like that. In the future, I plan to make videos and give you tips on these type of things, so be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and make sure you hit the little notification button to get notified for whenever I post. But definitely take those tips into the Crucible, and hopefully they help you out. Now, here's the part of the video where I go over a few Curse of Osiris stuff for anyone who hasn't been completely paying attention to the news, or maybe just want to see if there's anything that you did not know about. Consider this a spoiler warning for anyone that did not want to hear anything about this info. I will give you a few seconds to back out. Are they gone? Okay, good. Curse of Osiris is coming December 5th, and I will put the description below everything that is coming inside that expansion. Curse of Osiris will increase the base character level to 25, and the power level will be increased to 330. A new raid activity has been confirmed to be on Mercury that will make Mercury feel like your new home, is what they said. Now, we don't know if this is a full raid or maybe part of an upcoming raid, but we do know that it will be on Mercury and not just some addition to the Leviathan raid. So, or it could be just a new objective in one of the raids from Destiny 1. There's lots of speculation about it being in the Vault of Glass. I personally wouldn't mind raiding through the Vault of Glass again if certain objectives were changed and if the loot was worth it, especially if it's a mixture of some of the old weapons and they threw in like some new weapons for us to go in there and get as well. But aside from that, there will be some new weapons and new armor and new mods coming to the expansion. The Lighthouse will be a social space with new mysteries on it. If you don't know what the Lighthouse is, the Lighthouse was in Destiny 1. It was only obtainable if you go flawless in Trials of Osiris in Destiny 1. You got to go there, and you got a chest, and the chest has some exclusive weapons in it, and only a certain portion of the Destiny community actually got to visit it. Basically, a lot of people came out of Destiny 1 and never was able to go to the Lighthouse. But in any case, if you have not watched my video on how you can prepare for this expansion, I highly suggest you click on this video. I talk about some things that I regret not doing, and you should just check it out. But that brings me to the end of this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Definitely bring those tips into the Crucible. Let me know if they helped you out. If you enjoyed this video, then definitely drop a like, because likes make me happy and stuff. Stay tuned for more videos I have coming along the way, and that's all for me. I'm Shadow Hollow, signing out, and I will see you guys in the next video.